In this demonstration, I'm going to show you how to use what's known as the tape measure tool, and we're going to create something very similar to this. The tape measure tool can be found up here on the menu bar, on your toolbar, and there's also a keyboard shortcut with T. So, all right, let's get right to it. We're going to go ahead and open up a new file. Not going to save any changes here. We're going to get rid of this guy. Just hit delete, and we'll start drawing. So R for rectangle. And now that we've got our rectangle set up, I'm going to click that, and down here at the corner of my dimensions, I'm going to make a 12-inch, 12-inch block. So I hit enter. You see it's pretty small, so I'm going to hit the auto scale button up here. Zooms me right in. I'll back out a little bit and orbit. And then I'm going to click P for push pull. And what that will do is allow me to pull this up, and I'm going to pull that up 6 inches. So I'll go 6 inches is my distance, hit enter, and there we have 6 inches. Okay, I'm going to hit spacebar to get that tool off. If you notice, if you hit P push pull, you have the push pull tool, and if you hit the spacebar, that spacebar now becomes a cursor, so now I can select different items and click around as I need to. Okay, so now here's how you use the tape measure tool. There's a couple different ways. I can click the tape measure tool up here, or hit spacebar and I can hit the T for tape measure, which is I love keyboard shortcuts. And I can click here at the end point, and I can go over here to there, and you can see it says 1 foot, okay, which is 12 inches. If I hit T for tape measure again, start at that end point, I go down here, you can see it, let's see here, you can't quite see there. Go up here, and that says 6 inches. Okay, so that is the size of my piece. It's 12 by 12 by 6 inches, which is what we told it to make. So that's just confirming. Now, I'm going to show you how to make what we call some guidelines. So I'm going to make like a little shelf that comes out here. So what I'm going to do is hit T for tape measure, and I want to make some guidelines that are 3 inches from either edge here. So I'm going to click right in the middle, the midpoint right here. I'm going to click once and let go of my mouse button, and I'm just going to move the mouse over. You can see how far it says 3 and 9/16, 4 inches. It's really hard to get exact. So if I just type in, if you look down here at the length, if I just type in 3 inches, hit enter, it's exactly 3 inches. I'm going to repeat that process over here. Midpoint, click one time, 3 inches. Now I've got those two. And then I'm going to go 2 inches from the top here, 2 inches there, and then I'm going to click here, click, move my mouse up, and I'm letting go of my mouse button when I do that. Hit 2 inches, enter, and there you have it. So if I click press my space bar, I have some guidelines. Okay, so what's nice about that is that now allows me to have some areas, okay, so some guidelines. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit R for rectangle, and I'm going to click here in the corner, and go over here, click again, and I've got a rectangle. Hit the end or the space bar to clear that off, and I'm going to hit P for push pull, and I'm going to click that one time, and then I'm going to just move my mouse out like that, and you see my distance down here changes as I move my mouse. I'm going to make this, let's just call it 6 inches. Okay, there's 6 inches out. Hit the space bar to clear that tool, and as I rotate around, you can see I have a little shelf that comes out of there. Now, if I hit T for tape measure, I click, and you can see that's 6 inches. Space bar, T for tape measure, click here. That's 2 inches, and that's exactly what I expected, was a 2-inch by 6-inch little shelf here. Okay, so that's the basics of how you use the tape measure to make some guidelines. And when you're done with the guidelines, hit spacebar. You can just click and drag over those like that. You see they turn blue. Hit delete. Click and drag over them again over here. Click delete, and now those guidelines are gone. So that is the basics of how you use a tape measure to not only measure your objects that you create, but you can also use them to create guidelines.